Hakman Sears, Supply Network Dynamics, Chapter 11, Part 5, the change approach and the results. So I was called in together with my colleague Kees van Helden. I was working at an IT company called Origin at that time in the Netherlands. And here's a full map of our involvement there. The intake interview with CEO Kees de Koning, who you always also can see in the fireside chat interview clip, took place somewhere in the October, September of 79. We started our approach there, and the main approach, that difference in our approach, was very much based on collaboration, on making sure that everybody in the company was aligned as to what the system should do, and that there was always alignment with the IT people. So for something like half a year, we were working at the client side. There was a very big deadline around here, of course, the Millennium deadline, but actually, if you look at the time that they would have to order some of their long lead time items, that would have to be in the systems for more than a year ahead. So the actual deadline for the Millennium bug was somewhere in 99, and in the end they went live on time in 99. Going live for the system means basically that it's operational and working fine. And the phase that we were looking at was the specification of the business processes. It's not just the actual software, but what is it that the software should be doing. So we focus very much on the own people doing the work. Not because we're lazy, but because then it's owned by the own people. Process mapping was done by the own people. Senior management got involved, and our role as consultants was much more facilitating. Should restate that these slides are made by Sigurd de Sitter, who looks at this from the client perspective, but I couldn't agree more. So in terms of phasing, what we did, sorry for the Dutch, there is an agreement with Kees de Koning. Then there were a number of interviews, there was a kick-up workshop, and a number of brown paper sessions, about which a bit more, and then 2 different phases of process modeling and business modeling, and there was a go-no-go meeting where we decided what we would do. Here you see a picture of the size of the brown paper that we actually made. This is something like 10 meters, 12 meters, 15 meters in from left to right, and 2 or 3 meters on top, with lots of detailed sheets from the existing systems hanging below. And basically the phasing is that up here you've got stuff from production, from procurements, etc., from engineering, and here you get much more into production and delivery, etc. And we made these with some 15 to 20 people. And every little rectangle you see is actually a brown paper, is actually a yellow tag. Here is a bit more detail on what that looks like. We had a rule so the initial assumption of top management was that actually they knew what was needed, and the people in the work group actually wouldn't know what needed, wouldn't know precisely what was needed, what was decided, what was the strategy, what was the structure. So we had this rule: if there was if any decision that would take more than 5 minutes to decide upon, would be delegated to the management team. And we had a list of those, like 20 or so. And the initial assumption of the management team was that, okay, we'll tick those off in 2 hours or so, we'll deal with those. In the end, it was 2 full half days. So it was also very productive to have the management team discuss those. And what we did from those yellow sticky tapes is we translated that into, and this is all pretty straightforward IT systems development stuff, into IDEF models, activity flow models, where information is coming in, some transformation process, and information coming out again. And that's a hierarchical level. This first level is then zoomed in into 5 sub-levels, who then also can be zoomed into one level deeper. The software makes sure that all this is consistent and all this fits together into an overall business control model, if you like. And that's what we did. That this is work, fun work, as you ask me, but also work that simply wasn't possible beforehand. What we also did is that every model was signed by a process owner. Yes, this is okay. This is how I want that my business is running. And by somebody from Baan, from the ERP vendor. Yes, okay. If we do it this way, then Baan can support it. And that worked very well. It took longer than the 1 month that management thought it would do, but it was 2 or 3 months and then we're done, and we were in good shape. So the lessons learned here, and again, this is the quote from Sigo Sitter: good feeling about the process, lots of positive energy, end of the chaos, lots of progress, much more trust between the team, within the team, and also between the management team. And we had in 3 months, we had the final and approved process descriptions. And once those are frozen, then at least the programmers can get to work. Some concluding remarks, again by Sigo. The company was at the time going through tremendous changes, many of them explicitly. And the ERP implementation, Sigo reflects, was also a bit of a confrontation. Did we know ourselves and could we manage it? Well, initially the company did not know itself. But later on, it came back marvelously. And in retrospect, it took a major leap, and later on, the company benefited a lot from all this for a long time.